Hey folks, how's it going? Jackson here. We're going to give a weekly update for all the events going down on December 12th. Happy holidays if you're a group that starts celebrating them at this time of year. And we're going to get into some fun. So it's the third week of the Antorus raid. We'll be looking at a couple different components. So last week, the first gate of our first wing of LFR opened up with the Antorus Burning Throne, and that was the Lights Breach component. That's going to be pretty fun. On December 19th next week, or December 20th if you're in Europe, Hope's End, which is the second wing of Antorus, will open up. Additionally, Mythic opened up last week, so if you are a top end raider, get in there, have some fun. Looking back, additionally, what else is going on? So there's a PvP brawl this week, and that comes with the Something Different quest. It's actually a pretty fun one. It's around gravity laps. So it's pretty typical to regular Eye of the Storm, but periodically players shoot up in the air due to gravity laps. If you don't want to go flying across the screen, get under one of the buildings or one of the different structures in each of the four different bases there. So pick those bases up and then control that central flag. That is some easy honor to pick up. Definitely, even if you're on the Alliance side like me, drop in and knock off a few of those battlegrounds. Mythic Plus affixes for the week are Teaming, Explosive, and Fortified. Teaming is additional non-boss enemies are present throughout the dungeon. There's going to be a lot more mobs. Explosive, while in combat, enemies periodically summon explosive orbs that will detonate if not destroyed. And Fortified. So non-boss enemies have 20% more health and inflict up to 30% increased damage. It's going to be a tough week for Mythic dungeons. For everything that we've seen last week around it being pretty easy with Raging Volcanic and Tyrannical, it's not going to quite be like that. In fact, we won't see Raging Necrotic, Volcanic, and Tyrannical again until February 27th. So hang on. It's going to be pretty fun the next little bit, as the affixes 1 and 2 are going to add some pretty interesting challenges where they are. Greater Invasion point this week is Sot Anathor. That boss is going to drop some 930 relics. Storm and Iron. I might switch over to my off-spec tank for that one. We'll have a little bit of fun. And then if you are keeping track, Inquisitor Meadow is coming up on the week of the 19th, and Pit Lord Vilmus on Boxing Day, December 26th. Broken Island World bosses, you've got Float Sam, which is a pretty fun, it's essentially play on words. If you've got debris from a ship that's gone to shore and it essentially washes up, that's where that name comes from. Knock that off to get the Unleashed Monstrosities achievement. That's going to open up a whole variety of different appearances for you. Finally, there's an Arena Skirmish event, the weekend event. You'll see this entire week right here. Sign of the Skirmisher will be up. Honor gains from Arena Skirmishes increased by 50%. So if you're a PvPer or a part-timer, knock it off. It really helps get that honor and those prestige points up if you're a collector like myself. I'm trying to push, and we're going to see it here pretty soon. I'll get 14 this week. Looking forward to that. And then finally 15 and get that third appearance set. That's my goal. Nice. So that's essentially it, folks. There's a couple additional hotfixes and tied to basically the Antorus raid that dropped. Demon Hunter, unfortunately, the first couple weeks there were a couple damaging abilities that were cast on Demon Hunters that weren't generating pain. WoW said that they've cleaned that up. In the dungeons and raids, players can compete the Seed of the Triumvirate, Crest of Knowledge, while in a raid group now, which is good. Not that I want to be running the Seed again anytime soon. Back in Antorus itself, the Garathi Worldbreaker has essentially had some of the Apocalypse Drive components nerfed a little bit. The Hounds of Sargeras resolved an issue that could cause multiple tank specialization characters to gain Shadow Touched or Flame Touch simultaneously, so you don't need both tanks or a single tank eating both those abilities. And Portal Keeper Hazabel. So traversing any of the portals with the Portal Keeper Hazabel's arena no longer removes your well-fed buff. That's what we were seeing as people were Going from one sub-realm to the next. Woo! Risk Guards of Dark Keepers. 100,000. That is cheaper. Finally, Varimathus took a nerf and essentially had his health on Mythic difficulty lowered by 10%, and Necrotic Embrace will no longer miss players who are under the effects of Aspect of the Turtle or Cloak of Shadows. So high-end Mythic groups, actually a lot of them had progressed through Varimathus, so that nerf here in week 3 is a little disappointing. Come on, Blizz, let's clean that up a bit, shall we? Finally, folks, last but not least, let's check out the Mythic Weekly Cache and see what's in store. Blood of Sargeras, that's all good. Curious Coin, so that's going to bring me up to 59. I'm going to have to put that to work again. I've already picked up my Arcadian War Turtle. Weakening Essence, so trying to get this up to 50 and top off the legendary pieces of gear that I have. That's a lot of progress there. Depths Metal, 2.5 billion artifact power. Roaring Breeze Wasteguard is a 960 belt. That's going to be a 30 eye level boost for me. I'll take it. And my Mythic Keystone is a plus 15 Nethlair. Pretty pumped about that. Finally, Master's Trophy, 31 billion artifact power. So we will knock the 2 of those off. And that's awesome. My artifact is now sitting at 75, and I think I've got to cash in to get up to 76 today. Alright, folks, we'll throw on my new belt, even though it's only giving me mastery instead of crit strike. I hate to go up that haste, but I'm still at 38%, so pretty good overall. That gets me up to 954. That's juicy. We'll take that. That's it for now, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a lot of fun. Good luck with the loot this week, and I'll see you soon.